For 2025, we've been working on an algorithm, a new updated algorithm here at Fanbase that is debuting on our Flicks content format. And we're happy to say that it started rolling out to a number of different users. So let's get into it, man.
So the algorithm conversation is important, right? And because it's really the heart of a social network, right? Over the years, when social media platforms first started, it was kind of more hashtag driven, but algorithms became a part of how people get content delivered to them. It's really the information superhighway for content. It's like the network in which it delivers content. And algorithms usually recommend content to users that they want to see based on your interests. And so we've been working on our algorithm since July. It's probably one of the largest pieces of software that we've written for the company. And we wanted to build something. Shout out to Andrew, who's like the lead of building this algorithm for us. He's been working really, really hard. But it's really probably one of the most important things we built for the company, because now it's like a true algorithm. Like the algorithms that are on TikTok and Instagram, we built the framework for that. And I'm really excited to be able to deliver that, because people have been asking for a while.
So let me ask first, why the Flicks feed first? Talk to us a little bit about what the rollout plan looks like.
So when you build an algorithm, it has to learn, right? And so it has to ingest an enormous amount of content that it tags. So ingesting everything in the Flicks feed, that's probably the format on Fanbase that has the most content. It can ingest all that content, tag it, and then by behavior and what users do and the actions they take, it starts to form a pattern. And so that's a great place for it to learn before we roll it out across the entire platform. And so that part makes it super, super fun. And so I'm excited about that, because now it gives us time to learn and grow. And so we want everybody that's on the app, start checking out the Flicks feed. You'll know if you have the algorithm, but it's going to roll out to the entire platform, over the next few weeks.
You and we've had this conversation, right? So we've put in words like social graph, algorithm, recommendation engine. All three of those have been used when describing this new algorithm, right? For people who don't know the difference, just explain it in plain English and layman's terms.
Okay. Every behavior or action that you take on social media, you're being tracked. So when you swipe, how long you watch, after you watch a video, do you like it? Do you share it? Do you save it? Do you comment? All these things. Actually, what is in the video is actually being ingested into the algorithm by machine learning. So if you're watching a video of a woman jump roping, wearing Nike shoes on top of a mountain, machine learning is understanding everything in that piece of content and then saying, okay, a little while from now, we're going to serve another piece of content, and let's see if it's the jump rope. Let's see if it's the shoes. Let's see if it's nature. And it starts to build that pattern, and that's how recommendation engines work. And so it basically delivers the content that you like the most. Like I say, my Explore page is always very attractive women, comic book characters, and pet videos. That's just my feed on social. That's what and I didn't even know that. I mean, I knew I like attractive women, but I didn't know I like comic books that much. Like I didn't know I was really in pet video. I don't own a dog, but I'm really into like pet videos. What does your Explore page look like?
It's usually the latest films that are coming out. Actors that just did this deal or that deal, or travel related.
So yeah.
Oh.
What about you, Noah?
A mix of both of y'all's.
I can see that though.
A mix of both of y'all's. Definitely more on the film side. A lot of film stuff, right? A lot of television. A lot of travel too. I have a dog, so it's a healthy amount, and a tiny percentage are attractive women.
I doubt that.
For my mother listening,
I doubt that, knowing Noah is still in his 20s in Atlanta, Georgia. I doubt that. I doubt that very much. We need to. You know what though? Here's a question though. This is a segment. I want everybody to do this. Put the top 3 things that are in your Explore page, and then share it. I want to see what people are. I want to see what people are into.
That's actually a really cool. I do want to see that.
Yeah, I don't think everybody's gonna be all the way honest.
I'll be looking in the comments.
Yeah.
But sir, as as an employee of Fanbase, we wake up with one of two goals, right? How do we increase a creator's audience, or how do we increase their revenue? In what ways will this new recommendation engine benefit creators and their audience?
Well, one, we're not. So a lot of these algorithms now are compromised. We're seeing that these platforms are getting taken over. They have agendas. They're feeding propaganda. I didn't build a platform to do that. I didn't build Fanbase to be that type of platform. We've seen the acquisitions of platforms like TikTok, and people are already seeing changes in their algorithm even before I think the transfer takes place. So for us, it levels the playing field, especially for creators of color. Shout out to Quincy, who has been training our algorithm, who is a Black man, right? And so really, like even that, like how algorithms look at Black people, how they view us, what type of content do they serve to us. And so I love the fact that we've been able to train our algorithm with Black people in mind. And so it doesn't necessarily single out a white creator over a Black creator, also based on the fact that these platforms are run on advertising. So I always say on TikTok, it's like it behooves TikTok to have very, very famous white creators because they can run more ads based on the content and make more money. So then again, the young person that starts the challenge is not the person that ends up benefiting the most from doing the challenge.
Yeah. Love it.
So ultimately, this podcast is for people who are looking to invest in Fanbase, get caught up on the news, or previous investors as well. My question to you is, how does a strong recommendation engine contribute to long-term retention?
Oh, we've already seen that. So one of the things, it's like our North Star. So now we get to look at the retention of the platform from Group A, who doesn't have the algorithm, and retention of the platform from Group B that does. And Ramiro already sent me some numbers, and I was like, oh, SHIT, like you're already seeing like people are staying on the platform more. So for an investor, people that use the platform, it's already working. Like we're already seeing large amounts of more use of the platform. I scrolled through the other day. You know what scared me the most? So I need to ask this question to Andrew and the team. Something that I saw, two different separate pieces of content that I saw on other social apps like Instagram were also in my feed on Fanbase and Flix. Like the same exact piece of content. And I was like, I need to ask Andrew, I was like, are we pulling? Because that's the thing with algorithms. You can pull from anywhere. You can pull from your behavior on other apps as well. Like that's what the algorithm will do. So what you're doing on TikTok, what you're doing on Instagram, what you're doing on X, like all the things, like websites you're visiting, places you're going to, cities you're in. It's just taking all these, everything is a data point. You know what I'm saying? How tall you are, where you live, what time of day it is. And so I was like, that's crazy that I saw something that I saw on another platform in the same day, the exact same piece of content. So I need to ask Andrew about that, but that's crazy.
So let me ask, sir. So as we said previously, we're debuting on Flix. What is the natural next place we're going to debut it?
So we also have a trending section, which is cool. That's really one of the ways you can actually tell if you're actually have the algorithm. If FYP is at the top of your trending section, then you have the algorithm. And so it'll roll next into the main feed. So that just main feed that you have. So then that includes regular posts. That includes Fanbase Plus videos, so it'll start to pull everything audio. It'll start to pull all those things together and recommend that. So let's say you like a piece of content or you see a piece of content talking about sports. And then there's an audio room that happens to be having a conversation about sports. Now it can recommend that audio room to you. So now it's tying the app together in all the places where it goes to the main feed. And then the final place is search. And what I love about search now, and when you think about algorithms, even with AI, search engines are really now what is in apps. So now rather than going to Google, right, you'll be able to go on Fanbase and say how to change a flat tire. And every video about how to change a flat tire will pull up. How to bake, pecan pie for the holidays. So now that content can be found. That's what younger people are using, short form video to actually search for content than Google. You know what I'm saying? Because it delivers the visual content, right? So if I used to have to get on Google before and be like, how do I, how do I,
Sure.
how do I build a doghouse, right? And then it might be instructions. Now it's a video that shows the guy with all the instructions, and it's super simple. So that's what I love about that. That's we're gonna pull all that stuff together.
So Ty, I want to hit you with a question as a content creator on a huge scale, right? When you're surfacing content, do you want to surface it to a wider audience to discover new, or are you making things for your dedicated audience?
So you want to focus on both, right? So for me as a filmmaker, the way I look at things may be a little bit different from the distributor. Right? So some distribution platforms, networks, they have an audience. That audience may be 45 to 65-year-old white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone, as you just mentioned, wants to grow. So then they'll say, okay, what kind of projects do we need in order to get a younger audience, a more diverse audience, right? So it just it depends on the network or the distributor that we're talking about. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a storyteller, so I'm interested in stories from around the world, global, right? That may benefit this particular project may benefit younger folks. Another project that I do may be a benefit over.
Oh, I got a question. So storytelling is huge, right? And what we're realizing now, and I want to get your thoughts on this, is that brands are getting into creating their own content in studios. Like I heard Chick-fil-A has launched a studio. I think Starbucks is starting a studio.
Coke has their own studio. Yeah, it's a ton of them now.
Right. And so how does that, even for like us at Fanbase, like how does storytelling help a brand in the way that you tell stories? Because it's really like film and creative. How does that help brands, grow their audience or get their vision?
Now, are you speaking to their own commercials, or if they're putting their product in, or we're partnering and they're putting a product in?
No, I'm literally talking about like how to know about what Fanbase does,
Yep.
rather than talk about the buttons. And this is kind of what Apple did. It's not about the product; it's about how the product makes you feel. So that's what storytelling does. It's not about, it's not about drinking the Coke. It's not about buying Nike shoes. It's what Nike shoes make you feel.
Correct.
So, as a storyteller, like how can brands use that as a way to advance their reach and their connection with their audience?
I mean, at the end of the day, we look at the comments that one of you just made about no longer going to Google and saying, hey, how do I do this? Right. Most of my friends don't do that either. Right. And what they do is they say, let me go on TikTok, let me go on Instagram, and they search via TikTok, or they search via Instagram, or they search via Fanbase to find out what the answer is. Right.
Yeah.
People love visual storytelling. Right. Are people reading less? Probably so.
Yep.
Right. This is a major thing right now. But people love visual storytelling. And if you can explain to a person, this is how you will feel, this is how you will look, this is how it's built, this is how it's done, right? Visually, it's key.
It connects better too.
It connects. It's key. People can, and it's quick.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Got it.
Right.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, that looks really good, right? And it's right here in your finger,
Right
at your fingertips. It's powerful.
Jeez. So before we move on to the next subject, my final question on the matter is, how do you believe the algorithm, Mr. Hayes, will help support Fanbase in a long-term future?
I'm telling you, it's literally the foundation of pulling all the parts of the app together. And I'm excited about it. Like even the first day, 'cause I got it like before everybody, but even just the first few moments of using it, if I had to say where we are from, the algorithm's built. So building an algorithm is one, building the actual infrastructure, the software is one thing. Getting it to where it's like a fine-tuned engine, that takes time. That just takes behavior. So if I say we have the algorithm done, but now we're at 10%, right? Give us till like January, we might be at like 60 or 70. Because we're learning, we're rolling things out, we're getting people, and then that's going to increase retention, which also increases the opportunity for people to be involved in sharing content and being connected. So it's a great thing. I'm telling you, I'm excited about it. Like this is like the thing that I've been waiting. We've been quiet all year, Noah. Like to investors, I know it's been a very quiet year for us, but we've been working all year long. It's the hires we've done. It's bringing product owners, it's bringing in business analysts, it's bringing in new developers. All that stuff is really, really fun. So we've been quiet, but we've been working, which is our goal is, again, just to build the best product available for creators in the social economy. And we've done it. You know, we got what I've been looking for. I'm excited about this part. This is the fun part now.
So I'm glad you said that, because one more time, man, why are we here?
We're here to close the round.
Yeah.
So Fanbase as our fourth crowdfund, our Regulation A crowdfund on StartEngine. If you're in Canada, it's on Front Funder. Go to frontfunder.com/Fanbase, and you can invest in Canada. In the United States, it's StartEngine.com/Fanbase to invest and get equity in the company. Again, nobody's really done it like this, and I'm excited. I was having a conversation last night on the roof, and we were talking about how VCs are typically the way that these companies are funded, and sometimes those relationships with VCs are predatory, and it's just like being signed to a bad record deal, right? And so I'm glad I went the independent route. I'm glad that I've been able to offer the ability to own and scale a business with the people that actually matter, as opposed to the people that just happen to be rich already. There's a big difference between people just like, oh, you're rich and you can own part of the company, or no, you really matter and you're the reason that the company is successful, and you're able to do that. So that's why I'm excited to be able to do that.